Dad glanced down at his phone, and his smug smile deepened a little more. See? He hasn't moved in 2 hours. He thrust the phone screen right in front of my uncle, Arnold Bowen, jabbing his finger at the stationary red a couple of times. This brat's definitely sulking and hiding out on some sheltered slope having a nap. I know him too well. The moment he runs into any difficulty, he wants to curl up and hide just like his mother. I told him that if he doesn't make it to the summit by midnight tonight, I'm cutting off his living expenses for the next semester. I floated above the dining table, bitterness flooding through me. The blizzard hit out of nowhere, and I lost all sense of direction. As hypothermia took hold, I started hallucinating. I even tore off that flimsy windbreaker Dad had grudgingly given me. Right before I died, I still fantasized that Dad might come to save me. Uncle Arnold's wife, Ethel Gallagher, shrank her neck and glanced at the howling snowstorm outside the window. Trevor, this snow looks serious. The news has already issued a yellow alert. Has Julian dressed warmly enough? Dad swallowed a piece of steak, then raised his glass and took a satisfied sip. I gave him a windbreaker, and he's got thermal underwear underneath. That's more than enough. A man's gotta be able to handle the cold. Back in my days in the military, I used to run 3 miles shirtless in minus 22-degree weather. Now, that's what I call tough. I sneered from midair. His so-called shirtless 3-mile run was nothing but a drunken tall tale he bragged about to his army buddies. He'd turned his own drunken fantasies into truth and then mercilessly imposed them on me. But Dad, I was already stone-cold dead. I floated right in front of Dad. I wanted to tell him that I had tried my hardest, that I had wanted to keep climbing. But my lungs felt like they were exploding, each breath like swallowing knives. My legs had gone numb long ago, all because of the single-layer hiking boots he forced me to wear to toughen up my will. I screamed right in his face, Dad, I'm cold. So cold. After muttering something under his breath, he picked up his phone and held down the voice message button. Julian, quit playing dead. I see your location hasn't moved. Are you staging a sit-in protest against me? Well, let me tell you, it won't work. If you're not at the summit by midnight tonight, don't even think about going back to that crappy college of yours. You can go work on a construction site instead. His finger lifted, and the message was sent. I stared at that familiar chat window. The last message was still the one I'd sent him 3 hours ago. Dad, I can't breathe. Is the medicine in your bag? I think I forgot to bring it. His reply was, medicine? I already threw it away. That stuff's a crutch for the weak. Just tough it out, it'll pass. In that moment, I fell into utter despair. I kept climbing in the snow until the last trace of warmth drained from my body. Now, floating in midair, I stared at the face of the man I had called Dad for 20 years. Suddenly, he felt like a complete stranger. This was my dad. To him, my life was worth less than a plate of appetizers or a topic to brag about in front of relatives. I turned to look out the window. The darkness had swallowed everything. And out there, my body was slowly stiffening into a block of ice. But in here, glasses clinked and warmth flowed freely. How wonderful. Since Dad loved tough love and desperate situations so much, then he must also love the Christmas gift I'd prepared for him, right? Just then, urgent pounding on the door rang out. Mixed with the piercing sound of the doorbell, it instantly drowned out the cheers coming from the TV. The laughter in the private room came to an abrupt halt. Uncle Arnold's hand trembled slightly, sending ash from his cigarette onto his pants. Dad frowned in displeasure and slammed his fork heavily onto the table. Who is it? It's Christmas Eve, why are they acting like they're announcing death? Hey, waiter. What's going on? How can you just let anyone in? The door to the private room burst open. My mother, Sharon Schmidt, stood there covered in snow, her hair plastered messily against her face. Trevor, why can't I reach Julian? Why is his phone turned off? Dad took one look at Mom in the state, his brow furrowing deeply as he leaned back in his chair. Without even bothering to stand up, he leisurely pulled out a napkin and wiped his mouth. Dad sneered. What's wrong with you? Don't you know it's Christmas Eve? You think you can just show up here and cause trouble? What, that pretty boy dumped you, and now you're back for money? Mom rushed to the table, bracing herself against it. Her fingernails dug into the wood as her knuckles turned white. I'm asking you, where is Julian? It's snowing so hard, and the news said the mountain roads are closed. Where did you take him? Dad lifted his glass and took a small sip, his gaze dripping with contempt. He's in training, real man training. What's the matter? You feeling sorry for him now? If you hadn't spoiled him rotten back then, turning him into a useless kid who can't lift a thing, would I have to go through all this trouble to toughen him up? Mom's voice shot up, shrill and piercing. Training? She grabbed the wine bottle from the table and smashed it hard on the floor. Glass shards flew everywhere, wine spilling across the floor. The relatives gasped and shrieked in fright. My aunt, Geraldine Kane, covered her ears and ducked behind her husband, my uncle, Dennis Bowen. Trevor, are you even human? Julian has asthma. Allergic asthma. The doctor said he absolutely cannot be exposed to cold or engage in strenuous exercise. Are you trying to kill him by taking him to a snowy mountain? Mom's roar echoed through the private room. Dad's expression instantly darkened. He stood up and shoved Mom hard in the shoulder. Already unsteady on her feet, Mom lost her balance and fell onto the pile of broken glass.